Yeah, we bite, we bite, we bite. Man, I'm feeling good. Hold on, let's start this over again. Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's freaking get it, you feel me? We made it to the 11th episode of TBY, you feel me? Clap it up one more time. Come on, clap it up one more time. Let's go! I'm in my car because I really want to get hyped this episode. You feel me? I want to get loud. Like, we got people in the bathroom right next to my room. I can't have that. I got to be able to turn up and not feel like I'm being judged from the other room. But that's neither here nor there. Look, man, I got it. This might be another long episode. I'm not going to show you this because it's mail, obviously. But I wrote a bunch of stuff. And, we're going to try and breeze through it because this might be the last game of the finals. And I might watch it. I haven't been really watching it for real. It's been a good series. But, I don't know. But I do want to see this game just to see what happens. But before I go any further, I am recording this on Juneteenth. Clap it up one more time for my people, you feel me? Clap it up one more time for my people. We've come a long way. We got a lot farther to go. So let's keep pushing. I don't know why all these white people got today off. But we just gonna move on from that, you feel me? We just gonna move on from that. I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, I hate the word obviously. I remember one time, like, in high school, I said that in, like, a group, like a class discussion, and the whole room just fell silent. And in my head, I was like, these motherfuckers probably think I'm the biggest dickhead ever. Like, anytime anyone uses the word obviously, you just come off very condescending and, like, you just think you're better than everyone. So let's just eliminate that word from our language. I know this is a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to talk about Pride Weekend, you feel me? I told my mama I ain't go because she already be thinking I'm, what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say it, but she already be thinking I'm that. So it's like, I don't want to give her more fuel for her imaginary fire. But I was in there. I was deep. I was knuckles deep in Pride Weekend. Yes, I was. And we did the first night. I had a little date. You feel me? Clap it up. Hold on, I gotta delete that. Oh, I gotta delete that. Anyways, yeah, first date. I was on a little, you know what I'm saying? Just a little date. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It happens from time to time. We had a good little time. I mean, I feel like we had a lot in common, but I don't know. I didn't feel the vibes that she was really feeling me, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if my cut went right. I don't know what it was. I just didn't get that vibe, but it was cool though. But did that, sent her on her way. What else? Ended up going to a couple spots in DC, nightclubs, meeting up with my friends down there, and some really bad stuff happened. I'm not gonna talk about it. I just gotta put it out there. Some things happened, unfortunately. It wasn't nothing too crazy, but it was unfortunate. So we want to send, positive vibes just out there in the world. But yeah, Friday was cool. Saturday, felt sick to my stomach. I did too much the previous night. But I powered through. We went to the parade, ended up meeting up with one of my friends who live in DC, and we was all hanging out. I finally got to introduce my friends to each other. Normally when I like to think of myself as the bridge, you feel me? I like to bring people together when I can. But most of the times when I do that, it is the wrong people coming together, and it doesn't really work out. But this time it worked out, and let's give a round of applause for just bridges and friendship. But yeah, that happened. Everybody was hanging out, chilling, vibing. There was people with dildo shooters squirting alcohol out. It was a mess. But what else happened? That night, we met up with a friend of a friend, and it was fun. That was pretty much it. It wasn't nothing too crazy. I mean, I thought it was, for some reason, I was like, Pride was so lit. It really wasn't that lit, but it was just good vibes. I'm not gonna lie, I had a good time. But yeah, moving on from that, I want to talk about this social media nonsense. You feel me? Y'all probably, if you seeing this, you probably either just stumbling onto my videos or you've been here and you've been seeing my face at least a little bit more consistently lately. But like the way that they have this whole thing structured of like how to get more views, it's like almost every platform wants you to use bots and pay for promotion, and that's so weird. Also, there's a lightning storm going on. It's beautiful right now. But they all want you to like pay for promo, and you're paying for these bots. And they'll literally put it on your video. They're like, yeah, you should. Literally, they, on one of my videos I just posted, they were like, yeah, do so-and-so promo to boost your video's visibility. And I'm like, bro, first of all, if I do that, you're just going to send a bunch of bots to, fake engagement on my page. And it's like, I'm not connecting with anyone really. So, I mean, ultimately, it's on me. It's on you as the creator to do what you got to do to get more exposure for yourself. But that's just corny, man. I feel like there is a bit of limiting on the platform. I mean, obviously, right? It was so much easier to grow when these things first came out. And it's like that on, all social media. So I don't want to complain. I don't want to, it's not going to bring me down. It's not going to stop me. You know what I'm saying? But it is annoying. This is a crazy, I don't even know how to segue to this, but I was on Instagram, you feel me? Surprise, surprise. And I stumbled upon something about a big PDF file ring getting busted. Something called Operation Soteria Shield, where over a hundred some children was saved from this life, and another 2 to 250 people were arrested for participating in this disgusting ring going on. And I only say that to say, like, a lot of the kids, like, were never reported missing, and that is very odd that can happen in any part of the country or anywhere in the world, and it's disgusting. And the world, we all got to come together. Like, we can't just be like, oh, stick to your own people, you feel me? Like, we all got to see the humanity in one another and really stick up for one another, because it's no reason that a child should just be going up and missing and nobody reports it as missing, or like nobody does anything. Like, that's disgusting, man. Like, that's truly disgusting to see stuff going on like that in our country. But that's all I want to say on that. I ain't got too much more. That's obvious. Another really impossible topic to segue from, but I was thinking the other day, because I've been watching a lot of old JBP episodes, and when Cardi was first coming up, they were talking about her. Cardi B really got a Grammy over Travis Scott for Astroworld and over Drake. It don't matter what album for Drake it is. It's Drake, you feel me? And it was a good album. I'm not a Drake stan, you feel me? But I am a fan of Drake, so I'm gonna call it how I see it. It was a good album. And she really won a Grammy over both those guys. I can see why these artists don't rock with the Grammys at all. Like, it seems like it's a lot of nonsense, but it comes off and it has the presentation of such a prestigious group, and like they uphold music to such a standard, and then you're trolling us and doing things like that, giving Grammys to people who don't necessarily, I won't say they don't deserve the Grammy, but they, in this category, when we say the best this, best rap album, best da-da-da, whatever the case may be, that whatever she put out was not better than what they put out. And maybe at the time it was just such a big thing. But flash forward to today, where is Cardi B? She has not put out any music, and she doesn't even have to put out music. But it's like, why are we rewarding this and I can't say it's mediocre, because I can't even remember any other song besides Bodak Yellow. So I can't say it's bad, but I know for a fact it was not better than what Travis and Drake put out that year. Astroworld, are you kidding me? And they always seems like they do something like that every year, especially in hip hop and stuff like that. And maybe it's just to get people riled up, but that's really whack to me. And I'm not a fan of that. Anyways, man, I love Kai Cenat, man. He seems like a great freaking guy, man. I was reading something that say he didn't get paid. I don't know if this is true or not, but he didn't get paid from BET. Obviously, he's a streamer, so he went live, so he got, recouped from that or whatever. But he didn't accept any money from BET or any other companies, and he said the reason for that was because when you get paid, there's a certain narrative that you'll be pressured to push as a result of getting paid. So he just want to stay, authentically himself and unbiased, and that's really dope for him, not only to take that stance, but to verbalize that and let people know that, because it's obvious, like, we can see that that's been going on forever in entertainment, but it's good that someone is finally breaking that through that wall, breaking the fourth wall. I don't know if that's what you call it, but it's cool to see people, like, pulling behind the curtain so everyone can see and just understand, like, there's no such thing as free money. Or even if you're making money from something, a lot of money, you're gonna have to do something that you may not want to do, and that's a subject for a whole nother day. I could do a whole nother To Be Honest about that alone. So shout out to him for speaking and exposing that. Like, dude is really he's doing it right, man. It's crazy to see I be seeing a bunch of campaigns of people trying to, like, shit on him and stuff. Like, he's really one of a kind. And not to go on a Kai deep dive, but I be watching back the streams with him and Kevin Hart and Drewski, and just watching, I'm like, Kai really is not that funny. When you look at Kevin Hart and Drewski, these guys are just naturally funny. But just seeing him, like, throughout the streamer university thing, and just constantly him just doing and trying different things in the streaming world, he is a comedic genius. And it's not in the same way that, like, a Kai and a Drewski. My boy Jonah in the cut. It's not funny in a way that Kai or Drewski, I would say, are funny. I don't even know how to describe it. He's like one of the most entertaining people I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's insane how entertaining he is, like, on some Travis Scott in the rap game. Like, he's like the Travis Scott of streamers. I think I might be stealing that take from somebody else. Might have said that before me, but either way, I stand by it. So shout out to him for that. Pusha T says Travis Scott was doing his monkey dance. It's getting good. I drive so much for work, bro. I really drive so much for work, and I've gotten speeding tickets over the years, as have all of us, I'm sure. So I'm not complaining. But I'm just thinking, like, no one ever really does the speed limit. Especially in New York, no one is doing the speed limit. And it's crazy to see, like, people just... I see people, like, speed... Like, I'm speeding by at least 10 miles per hour, 10 to 20 miles per hour. People are zooming past me, and those people never get pulled over, bro. It makes me sick to my stomach that these people would do that, and I be praying on their downfall. Like, I don't want nothing bad to happen to you, but I'm like, oh, I hope there's police and that they catch this. Oh, I hope they catch you right now. I'm not praying literally. I'm just saying, like, I be really in the back of my mind, like, oh, I hope they get them. But it's just whack when they decide to enforce it when they don't. It's like, it's corny, bro. Come on, like, I'm in court again for this? Like, that's trash. I know I mentioned the NBA Finals earlier. The Pacers really, they look good for a couple games. They stole a couple, you know what I'm saying. Game 6 tonight, they're down 3-2 to OKC. Halliburton is hurting burden. And it's not looking good, man. I think this might be it. And honestly, I wouldn't even be mad. Like, the OKC, they just deserve. Look, it is so hot in here, bro. Of course, I'm not going to waste my battery with the AC and whatnot. But Juneteenth, like, this what they had my ancestors working in? Oh man. Oh man. I see why the older generations be hating on us. Cause if this is what my ancestors working in, that's some sick shit. And we need to put BTA dead ass. What was I talking about? Oh, the Pacers, yes. They're done. They're cooked. Shea is like that. He's really like that. I wanted to hate on him. He does foul bait, but it is what it is, man. Plenty of people did that. I like Harden. He did the same thing, so whatever. OKC deserves it. I hope the Pacers win tonight just to stretch it to 7, but it's been a good season and good playoffs, so if this how it ends, whatever. Man, I had like a deep dive. I was thinking of like hip hop and just rap music, how it's not hitting the same like how it once did. And y'all, don't judge me for this. I got onto rap music like relatively late. My favorite rapper at first was Eminem. And I was watching all those, those TV programs like Vice or whatever. I don't remember, but they would do documentaries on rappers and play their music videos and all that. So I would always see Eminem on there, and I'm just like, oh, that's hard. And then he had the song Toy Soldiers. And the reason how I started thinking about that was listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and they were talking about R. Kelly and his music and how it's like, how sick he is, how much of a sick monster he is, and how his music is just so good. Like, there's never been he's the king of R&B. Like, there's never been anyone like him that's made so many hits. And it made me think, like, and Eminem, you might think that's a weird connection, but the reason I say that is because just like Eminem, just like R. Kelly, they've all gone through really traumatic experiences in their lives. And that's how the music, and it's really sick when you think about it, like, that's how the music industry is. Like, I wouldn't say they necessarily pray, because it's like, it's something, that people want, even though they don't understand how evil it can be sometimes. And they all, like I was saying, they all went through something really traumatic, and it's like, that kind of fuels you, or can make you better, or can create a better story, so you think. But really, it's like certain people are pushing these people's music and the art that they make, which is beautiful, no doubt. I was just thinking, like, man, back then there were all these stories of just stuff going on where, like, people, like, real people involved in this stuff, and like how just the lifestyle just seems so dangerous. And with, when you think about today, it's like, it's not really dangerous. We don't have the characters. Like, people were characters back then, but that was their real life. Like, they was crackheads, they was dope fiends, they was da-da-da. And we got a little bit of that today. But it's kind of like today, it's more like people are the characters, but that's not truly who they are deep down, or off camera, you know what I'm saying? They're kind of like turning it off and on in like a business sense. And like, back then and even today, we celebrate and we love the art that crazy or really traumatized or really sick people create, because they're creating from such a raw, unfiltered, and like, just they don't give a fuck about what you think. They're gonna tell you how you feel. And a lot of people, who are in their right minds and haven't been through all these terrible experiences, they kind of shy away from doing things like that because they're not used to people looking at them a certain way. And maybe that's a bad way to explain it, but that's just how I'm gonna go with it today. But like I was saying, like, it's weird that we always get mad at crazy people for being crazy when we know they're crazy, just because they make great art. That's all I really wanted to say. And like, today, I think generations are so much better off overall, as opposed to back then in like the 90s and early 2000s, to where it's like, yeah, that's kind of why music isn't hitting the same, because we're just a healthier generation and learning how to talk and actually deal with our emotions. And that is great, but I think we're just better off mentally than the past generation, and as a result, the music is suffering. That's my theory. I could be off in that, but let me know if I'm tripping in the comments. Oh, all right. I'm ready to go eat some tacos, man. But before we wrap up, I got a couple more topics I want to talk about. Oh, it's like, okay, rewind back to that, what I was just talking about with the hip hop today versus, back then. It's like LeBron versus Bronny James. It's like Bronny James will never in a million years be better than LeBron James because he didn't grow up in the same struggle and with the same mentality and with the same thirst to be great as LeBron. Bronny grew up two-parent household, already had money, was set for life. Even if he never touched the NBA court ever, he's set for life. He didn't have to do that. Just him doing that just speaks to the greatness of LeBron himself already. So that's kind of what I was trying to get at with, hip hop yesterday and rap music yesterday as opposed to today. Like we I don't know. Can't explain it any better than that. But did I hear Kendrick Lamar apologize? Let me stop you right there. Let's ponder this, right? Let's really ponder this right now. I don't believe that. Kendrick, that's my GOAT, you feel me? I can't believe that you let your record label pressure you into lying and exaggerating on this man. Now, granted, we already know you lied and you exaggerated on this man. It's obvious. But you're telling me that the label made you do that and then you called him trying to apologize? Kendrick, if that's true, I have lost all respect for you, dog. That's really embarrassing, and I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say after that. You still won. I ain't gonna lie, you won. But Drake being the realest one out of all these people in this beef is like not at all what I was expecting. But I hope that's not true, Kendrick, because last thing I want to talk about on the 11th episode, to be honest, you feel me? I feel like my skin looking... Woo! Anyways, last thing I want to talk about is this new... It looks like it's a horror movie called Together. I think it's A24. I don't know. I think it is. I could be wrong. Dave Franco and Allison Brie. Now, let me stop you right there, all right? Let me just say this is going to be the best movie of the year, and it's going to freak your mind. You hear me? And the reason I say that is not because of Dave Franco, who I think is an amazing actor. It's more so because of Allison Brie. Now, you may be like, who the heck is that? Allison Brie is in my favorite. She's the main actor in my favorite movie of all time called Horse Girl. Really good movie. I'm not going to describe it. Just go watch it. But that is my favorite movie. And this, for whatever reason, feels eerily similar to that movie. And I think this is going to be a bigger production for her than Horse Girl was. Which I felt like was, a very interesting but probably low-budget movie. But how they just, I don't know, spoke to your mind and, challenged your imagination was really crazy. And I feel like they're going to do that even harder with this movie. But we got to wait and see. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, though. But so did Sinners. So I don't know. It's kind of scaring me. But 100%, come on now. Wake up. But come on now. Just, I'm hot. I got to get out of this car. But go check that out and let me know what you think, man. The trailer looks interesting. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm out here. Deuces.